Welcome back, everybody, to Coffee and Close-Up Coloring and Art in the Morning. So we had a request to work in Bennett Klein's Color My Sketchbook Dark 25 grayscale sketches. 25 grayscale sketches. Now, I've shown this book through, so I'm not going to do that now, but we're going to color her. Now, I'm going to start off by saying we will not be finishing it. Just saying. And we're going to use Neocolor 2, water-soluble crayons, and my real brush or Kuretake clean color real brush markers. We're going to use those and those because they're both water soluble and mixable. I've got a water brush. But before we get started, I want to quickly show Jen Oz sent in some ATCs and a little note, and she said that she had made some of these on she said, I recently streamed and made a sheet full of ATCs. I offered to give 9 away. I would keep one for myself. To those who emailed me their address. Well, all seemed to be going great until I underestimated how many I gave away. So I decided to make another sheet exactly the way I did the originals. Do you know how hard that was? To actually watch one of my own streams to see what I did? Anyway, as I have 8 left over plus 4 extra envelopes, I decided to send them to you to give away on your Ustream show. Thanks for all you do. Love, Jen from Oz. So, Jen from Oz sent us, here's the card she sent. Her ATCs. Look how pretty they look close up. They look awesome, Jen. Elevate, support. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, they look gorgeous. Energize. Yes, ooh and ah. Hearten. Influence. Infuse. Motivate. Inspire. I know, aren't the colors awesome? And then she has her, let me just make sure there's no personal information. Yeah, there we go. So there we go. So it's from Jen Oz. We call her Jen Oz. She's in Australia. And then, but wait for it. Look at these envelopes. Look. Gorgeous. Everybody's wanting one. Please, me. Okay. Yeah, so she has 4 envelopes here. So yeah, we got lots of cards. So we'll be sending those out. And she also sent, oh, look at this. This is all the ingredient sheets. Now, I gotta say, guys, it's too little for me to read. I can't see that writing. Look how little it is. But anyway, I see each piece of the 20 ATCs were made up of the following ingredients. I'm not going to try to read that, but if you want, well, I can't even, it won't even focus. It's tough. Ask Jen. And then she said this, look at this napkin. Look at this peacock napkin. This will go in the napkin journal. And we did have someone before I hit record ask about doing like collage and other things on color book pages. Well, we have done that. It's just that we cut them out and put them in a mixed media journal and do it that way. So yeah, so we'll have to do another mixed media journal page and this napkin in the napkin journal and color book page. But yeah, isn't that pretty? So thanks, Jen. Thank you, Jen Oz. Keep my letter there. You can almost read it, Terry. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on Bennett Klein's Dark. And again, hopefully I can manage Trippy the tripod here, which, yeah. It's a little bit of a shadow. I did move my lamp up on the shelf up there so that it's not a glare right here. And I think that's helped some. But of course, we are right up on it, so it's not like it's the clearest in the world, but I think we can see it. You would use the peacock feathers as eyes. Yeah, they do look like eyes, don't they? All right, so let me kind of tilt this back just a little bit while I kind of pick some colors, and then when we start coloring, I'll get like right up on it like that, you know? Know what I mean, Vern? Okay, but I don't want to face plant y'all. I've done that enough. I have face planted you guys. All right, let me close my thing here because that's going to put a glare. All righty. So I think we'll start with the face. Now, sometimes on these Bennett Klein or fantasy faces, I don't like to do them just flesh color. I like to do them in, unusual colors. And since we're going to be using, oh, let me get a piece of cardstock to put behind it because I don't want the water to go through the page. So let's see, I'd rather have a black piece. Where's my black card? It's less distracting. If the camera hits it, then hit white paper. So let me put a piece of black cardstock behind. So if any water goes through or anything, we're safe. So again, I like to do odd color faces in fantasy faces. All right, I move the camera. All right, let's try to refocus one more time, guys, because I did kind of adjust the camera. Okay, that should work. Okay, because we're right up on it. Okay, so with all these colors, we should be able to do something really cool. Maybe a turquoise face. What do y'all think? Turquoise face, green eyes, and red lips. Yeah, I'm liking that. So I would start with a base with my Neo colors as a base, and then go in and shade. Okay, so I think we're going to do that. I got a porcelain tray here, the porcelain tray with the markers in it, and that's what I'll use to also, I'll show you how you do this. Like you can take a Neo color, let's see what color, I'm really liking this dark turquoise, and you can just put it on a porcelain tray like this, and then use your water brush and pick it up so that you're picking up a minimal amount of paint or pigment. See? So that's what we're going to do. All right, let me move my water brush cap so I don't lose that. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to start in some of the, I don't want a shadow on there. I'm going to start in some of the corners just so I can do a light touch. Because what I want to do then is I'm going to, we'll do some blending on her face with color pencil. Now again, guys, this is not going to be a quick process. Just saying. When I go into a Bennett Klein page, it's pretty involved. But if you have any questions, put them in caps. I think I'm going to do all those little lashes. And you can also just, and I don't want to be careful not to make a mess here, you can also just pick it off. You can just, see, that's what I was afraid of. All right, hang on, guys. Let's try this again. You can also just do this for more intense color. So if you have any questions, just ask. But this was the request for the day. The request was the Bennett Klein Dark. And just remember, anytime you're doing water, anything in a color book, first off, it's best if it is a one-sided page. But you don't want to oversaturate. It's better to dry in between In other words, you know, don't get it real wet and then just keep adding more and more layers to it, because that's what pills the paper and causes it to tear. All right, so I want to start with those eyes like that. Color these type of pages is pretty intense. Oh, brother. All right, so I'm going to probably be pulling it off of the crayon and then dipping it, putting it in my little tray here, which you won't be able to see because we're zoomed all in. All right, so I want her face to be, okay, I really need to turn this over to go the same way here, because my brush doesn't bend backwards. You know what I mean? Oh, good, Terry. Congratulations. So this is just going to be slow going, guys, so I can read chat and talk while I'm doing this, because it's really slow, you know. Yeah, that's awesome. So do you know when you're going to move yet? I want this very fine because I want to do some blending with pencil. I'm not squeezing out any water. I'm just using the water that's in the brush already. That just kind of flows out when you touch it to the paper. Early January. Oh, well, keep us all posted, and I know you will. Because the Bennett Klein books are not thick paper. It's fairly thin paper, so you got to be careful not to oversaturate. It's better to, you know, use a heat gun and dry it, and then add another layer. Okay, so let me scratch off a little bit more color on my tray here. See, I'm just scratching it off here. Well, when I say scratch off, I mean doing this, you know, rubbing off some, and then picking it up off of here. All right, so I gotta kind of get my bearings here where her face is. Oh my gosh, a big blob of water. Need a tissue. Don't want a blob. There we go. So loving this. I've yet to use your... Oh my gosh, you haven't used it? Well, Melody, also you can blend colors together. You just put them on a porcelain or anything waterproof. I have a porcelain tray. But you can mix colors too. But just remember that this is a thin book. It's a thin... See, I just went up too far there. This is a thin page book. So it's easy to oversaturate, like I just did there, the blob of water. It's best to hit it with the heat gun and dry it and keep going, you know. So let me go ahead and do that real quick here. Heat gun. And so now when it's dry, then you can go in and add another layer. See, and darken it up. It's just like you would any watercolor. It's just that you're not working on watercolor paper. You're working on a thin color book page. So you just got to keep drying it before you keep adding more and more. But you know, it's like it's like watercolor painting. You're just doing it with the already pre-wet brush. You just don't have to keep dipping in water. And then when you change colors, I just take a Kleenex like this and just kind of squeeze out, kind of squeeze out the excess and clean my brush like that. You have all the, yeah, I do too. I have all the Bennett Klein books. The girls have sent them all to me. So, and we've colored quite a few of them. And actually, I don't even know why I'm keeping this in the book because I take them out and put them in page protectors and put it in a binder. But I'll just leave it in here for right now. Okay, so you see how we're going? Again, that's sopping wet, so I need to dry it before I can add another layer. Heat gun. Let me put a little bit more. So you can just keep getting it darker and darker, see? Can you all see? I'm trying not to move you all around too much on Trippy. Trippy the tripod. I gotta kind of see where I'm gonna go with this. And if you're watching this recording on YouTube, it's a live show being recorded on Ustream with a live chat and mostly awake people. Is she gonna have blue no, I thought she'd have like cherry red lipstick. Cause look, she's a vampire. I just thought that would be kind of cool. Maybe green eyes, lime green eyes, red lips, and turquoise skin. And you could do this with markers or pencils or anything. I just was requested to do Neocolor, so that's what we're doing. Because somebody in the chat is afraid to bust into theirs. There's some blood from the teeth. Maybe, maybe. This is going to be a multi-part page as well. We don't rush through Bennett Klein, you know. It's hard to rush through a Bennett Klein page. I'm just, if you hear this, hear that? I'm scratching off some more color into my little tray here to pick up from. I'm trying not to get my hand in there so you can still see. Again, I'm not squeezing. If you see me go, that means I squeezed out water and left a blob. Kind of got her on an angle for a minute so you can see what I'm doing and not my hand in the way. But if y'all are into coloring Bennett Klein color books, he has a Facebook page. He's so nice too, guys. He really is a nice guy. He's always posting free pages for you to color, things like that. Oh, thanks, Melody. We try to have fun here. So what I'm going to do though, see, I want this, I don't know that I'll do it all with the Neo color, but I'm going to blend into her face like this. See, her face is going to be this color, but it's going to be subtle. It's not going to be like bright turquoise. It's going to be faded into that. Now see, I want to add more layers here. See how dark I got it right there? But you got to dry it before you keep adding to. Yeah, I love this color too. Let's see if it has a name on it. Hang on. It's called Blue Azure, I think, or Azurite Blue. Azurite Blue. And again, I'm just scratching off some into the little tray corner here and picking it up with the brush. So as this dries, I'll keep coming back in and going over it until I get the, colors I want. Because see, I'm going to want it really dark on the ends here like this. But you just got to keep layering it up, just like you would any watercolor. You keep layering and layering. Come over here. See, that's one thing about being on Trippy. I can turn everything any way I need it to be. And you can still see. See? Isn't that purty? Purty, purty. Just got to take your time. It is time consuming to do this kind of coloring. Neo 1s are just like crayons. Oh, are they permanent? Oh, I don't know about Neo 1s if they're permanent. They're, a waxy crayon. I imagine they're pretty permanent because since they're not water soluble, they're not going to move, right? Because they don't move with water. Just like a Crayola crayon doesn't move with water. Okay, actually need to hold Trippy here. I need to peel this open a little. To get down to the pigment again. Bye, DeMonte. That's the shadow right there is from Trippy. I'm trying not to get a shadow there. See how you just keep building it up? I'm not trying to like just slap it down on there with a big old thick layer of color. You got to build it up in water-based mediums. It's not like your acrylic, like I can slap it on with my collage. You got to build up. You got to build it up with watercolors. All right, let's keep seeing where her face is going. Very tiny. Tiny, tiny little areas here. Oh, thanks, Miss Rose. Miss Rose says I feather beautifully. Thank you. Well, I am used to doing it with pencil. I'm more proficient with pencils. I'm not really a watercolorist, but I've done enough of it to kind of get the hang of it. But thank you. Let's come down here a little bit. And again, as this bit's drying while I'm moving down the face, now I can go back in here, see, and add more. Add another layer and keep darkening it up. Let me scratch out some more here. When you see me move away with the brush, I'm just picking up more pigment on the tray. So yeah, so anyway, what I was saying is Bennett Klein is so nice. All the people that follow him, I mean, he's just really kind. Let's see now, where do I want to go with this? Do I want to end it right? I think I want to end that color right there, because her face is going to have some color right there. Oop, too much pigment on there. A little bit more. Okay, I can tell I need to kind of let that dry a little bit there. Let me go on this side. Hey, Bryn Renee, anybody else? Dragonfly? Anybody else popping in I might have missed? Thanks for stopping in. We're just coloring in Bennett Klein dark. Does letting the color dry a little help with feathering out? I think that's going to depend on the color book. I am very aware of the dampness of the paper here. This paper is pretty thin, guys. It's pretty thin for a color book. It's not cardstock at all. So the thing about actually on this thin paper, you really can't let it dry too much to feather because the paper is getting it's just very absorbent, very absorbent. All color books are different, guys. You just really have to test. You really have to test. Because right now, if I just get this, see it's just getting it wet there, I can see the paper starting to like gray, like kind of turn gray because it's just wet. So it's not like watercolor paper where you can do a wet into wet technique. You know, doesn't work like that on this thin paper. I'm just kind of trying to judge how much water to put on it before I dry it. So it's kind of hard to just give you a blanket statement on that. I want that very light though right there. A little darker under the lips here, so I don't have to dry it because I can feel and see the paper starting to pill. So let me go ahead and dry that. I think it's almost better to get like a light wash on it and then go back and add, get darker and darker. I need to just scratch some more out here. Move some of these. It's just, you can pick up the pigment much easier if you scratch it off on a porcelain or non-porous surface like this. So it's just much easier to pick this up. Then, it's already kind of like broken down a little bit for you rather than just trying to go off the stick. Because you've kind of already broke the pigment down by scratching it off onto a tray. You see how I can get another dark layer there? It's because it's dry. And then go back up and get it darker along these edges. Hope it's showing up, guys. Just ordered wearable magnifying glasses. Yeah, I can't really do that because I wear trifocals. And I'm constantly readjusting my eyes in trifocals. So magnifying, glasses, magnifying something like that around, those kind of around your neck and stuff, really wouldn't work for me because I'm constantly readjusting. I mean, I don't think about it because I'm used to trifocals, but you're constantly readjusting your eyes to different levels. Thanks, guys. Scratch off a little more. But it is kind of slow going, you know, like this. But, you know, we knew it was going to be multiple parts. But everybody does like color book page videos, so I don't mind doing them. But I do like to occasionally do like my drawings that I did earlier. I like to make sure I keep up with drawing and, you know, painting and other things too. My portraits, of course, I do those commission-wise, and I don't post those on videos like I do everything else, because most people don't want their portraits online, I've found, for the most part. Some people don't mind, but some just, you know, I don't want it online. Especially if it's a memorial portrait or something like that, and you can't blame them, you know. They don't want that on the internet. If they ever do, I'll be glad to post, you know. All right, so there we go. All right, let's go up here at the top of her head. Now I have to decide where I want her blue to go. Do I want it just up here? Do I want it right there? I think I'll skip some of that. Let's see. Okay, I know I'm going to want it in here, so it's a start. We'll start with that. And you just can kind of keep moving around, and while one area is drying, you can keep working in another area and then go back to that area that's when it's dry. But when you scratch it off like that, it's the pigment just, it picks up easier than trying to take it off the brush. I mean, off the crayon itself. So everybody tell me, what's your favorite thing to work with in crayon color books? Do you like watercolor? Do you like markers? Do you like color pencils? A combination? You know, like I like to do acrylic washes and color pencil. Do y'all have favorites? Do you like your Neocolor twos? I like to hear what people are using, just out of curiosity, you know? Clean color with the real brush markers, Terry. Yeah, I want to use some of those on this too. But you know, it'll be slow going here. I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna be fast. Remember our oh dear, our Bennett Klein oh dear was 9 parts over a few weeks. So some we do faster. There's not as much detail in some of them. A little bit of something there. But obviously this one has got a lot of detail. Mostly acrylic. Yeah. I like acrylic washes because you get a big, nice base done. And then you can go back and add detail with color pencil. I've only been coloring since I found your stream, Dede, so I am experimenting along with you. Oh, thanks, Dragonfly. Good to have you. Okay, let's see where I'm going to go with this now. How far up do I want her blue to go? I think I do want. I think if I go all the way up here with the blue, it won't make her chin look like it's weird and long because her head's going to be tall. We'll just overcompensate for the forehead here. But this is supposed to all like be coming off of her, you know, so you can see there. And I am going to come in here, I think, somewhere with the blue. I don't know. I'm kind of liking it like this. Just kind of concentrated around her face. All right, let me dry it real quick so I can add some more layers. All right. Scratch off some more. You did your first page in Crayola crayons recently? I did a page in Crayola crayons here just recently, just to show that you can do it in crayons. But you can just get so much more detail and stuff with other products. But that doesn't mean you can't get good results. But I found that you just get better with pencils, even if you just use Crayola pencils. You know, you'll get more detail. And hopefully I won't have problems uploading today's videos. Monday's videos were hung up for a day, 2 days actually. I got one up last night, finally. They were processing, so I had to, you know, there's nothing you can do when something like that happens, just wait. It usually fixes itself. No, it doesn't hurt to email them and say, hey, hey, hey. Why is my video still processing and I can't download it? A few months ago when I started watching people coloring online. Ah, okay, Miss Rose. But I use Prismas now, hadn't used them in a while. Yeah, I love color pencils, coloring with color pencils. You just can get so much practice in, so much shading, blending, color combinations. So you can see how I'm just keep building up these layers. See, I'm just getting it darker and darker. And then I just need to dry it again and add another layer. Okay, do I want, I think I might want the center of that. No, I don't think I do. All right, let me dry it again, add one more layer. Or just some lip snaps or something, just to move, just have some variety. But I wanted to establish where her face was going to be blue. I mean, it's still going to feather out here and everything, but I wanted to find exactly where, how far her face was going to go. Try to put that shadow. She's a snowflake vampire ice queen. Maybe. I mean, I think green eyes would be dramatic, but it wouldn't be. It would be dramatic, but it wouldn't be. I don't want to say cohesive. It wouldn't really go, you know. Not that there's, you're the boss of your color book. You can do what you want. I'm just thinking, I don't know if I want her to have green eyes. Okay, so you can start to see some of the shadows. I need more on the sides here. But I'm going to stop on the blue for a minute so we can go on their lips. Oh, sorry, face plant. I can't set it down without like hugging the back of the tripod so it doesn't fall over. All right, so let's go with, I might want a real brush marker red. Let's see. But I'm not going to just go directly on here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the tray like this and test it. And that may not be red enough, but let's just go ahead and put one coat. Because we can always add more. Don't want to get it on her tooth. But you can see on grayscale, when you use water-soluble things, the grayscale still shows through, so it looks like you've done a lot of shading work when it's really been done for you. So there we go, first layer. It's not red, it's not like blood red enough for me, so I'll probably get another red. It actually could almost have a little bit of brown in it too if I need to. Okay, so there we go for a start. Gonna dry it. You like the blue face? Oh, good. It's gonna have more depth to it as I shade more. Like, down in here. And it is buckling just a little, guys. I can feel the paper buckle a little bit with the water, which, that doesn't bother me, but it does some people, so just saying. All right, let me see about going with almost like, what color is this? It's kind of like a sienna. What color? Let me scrape it off in the, yeah, it's a little better. Bordeaux red. Let's go with Bordeaux red. It's a little on the pink side. I actually think I'm going to mix it with a little bit of brown or sienna. And this is, what color is this? Is it sienna? Can't see. It's got a piece of, I don't know, Indian red, I think. So I'm going to put some Indian red in the tray and the Bordeaux together. So let's see if you can see that. Indian red, Bordeaux. So we're going to mix those two just to make it a little bit Could even use just a little bit more Indian red. Debbie Epps will be streaming instead of Xandra tonight. Oh, okay, so if y'all, for those of you watching, well, I don't know how many people watch the recording here to monitor other people's streams. So Xandra's not streaming tonight. So I'm just adding a little bit darker. I don't watch streams on Wednesday nights because I watch Survivor. I'm a Survivor gal. All right, so now I'm going to kind of come up from the edge here. Say, leave some of the center lip lighter. Maybe just on the inside of the tooth. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to get off the excess. And then just kind of feather right there, a little bit right there, just a touch. Okay, let's dry. Okay, go in with a little bit more, scribble out a little bit more Indian red. And then just a little bit more. And then I think I want a little bit of shadow on her tooth. So I think I'll do that with a blue-gray. Let's see. Probably just go with the blue here. I think this is a baby blue or something. What is it? Blue, light blue. Just touch a little bit of light blue right on the top of the tooth. Don't want it too much. Let's take it easy there. Might even need to pat that down. I just want a little bit of a shadow. Now I'll probably go back in there with some white Posca. Hang on. Haven't got to the blood yet, Lindsay. Sheesh. I can't put blood on her face till I finish her face. Oh my gosh, you girls, I swear. Let's see. Where's my Posca? I've got to order some more Poscas. I got to. Now, it's very subtle, the blue. You may not even be able to see it on camera. But there's just a little hint of a shadow on her tooth. Yes, Miss Allie, we're going to have dripping blood on her from her tooth. But I can't do that yet because I haven't finished her face. I'll have to be constantly coloring around the blood. I know y'all want me to. All right, now I'm going to go back to the blue here a little bit. Let's do a little bit on our nose here. Got to keep it subtle, keep it subtle. Got to wipe off any excess here. Will the blood be blue? No, probably not blue. Probably be red. Okay, I gotta let that dry. I'm gonna start getting. I'm gonna have to. Well, let me just do a little bit here. I'm gonna start getting water, like a water line, a water outline. But actually, I think I might start doing a little bit of shadow here. I don't want to go too much because I've already see how I've oversaturated the paper right there. Can you see that? I've already oversaturated the paper, so I got to dry it. I might have to go in there with some white pencil because I really don't want the tip of her nose blue. Let's see. Well, it's still damp. Hang on. Gotta make sure it's 100% dry before you go in there with pencil. Let's see. So I'll work that in there because I don't want the tip of her nose to be blue. I want it to be light. See? Can y'all see the difference? And then she's going to need a little bit of a shadow right in here. You're still with me? How about the eyes? Yeah. Sorry, didn't think about the face. You're right. That comes first. Yeah. Many hue. Rainbow blood? Ugh. Oh my gosh, girls. Girls. Okay, so now let's see the eyes. We got to decide on the eyes. Lime green would be very dramatic, but she's going to start looking like a circus, like a circus creature. But you know, lime green's pretty. Trust me, lime green, red, and teal. Those are awesome colors. But do we want lime green? I mean, didn't we just do lime green eyes on one of our other Bennett Klein girls? I'm thinking. So what do y'all decide? I'll let y'all pick. While we're doing that, I need some white on her lip here. A little highlight on her lip. See, a little highlight. And because it's dry, I can go in there with pencil. Green glitter eyes. Oh, green glitter eyeshadow. No, we're not going to put eyeshadow on her. No eyeshadow, Lindsay, because you know, yeah. Everybody wants lime green. Okay, we'll go with lime green. Alrighty, lime green it is. Let's scratch out a little bit of lime green here. That's on a little lighter. Let's go with the light lime green. Just going to scratch some out in my tray. Alright, where'd my brush go? Let's clean the brush. Pick up a little lime green. And we'll do some shading in her eyes too. Too much water here. Alright, so let's just get the lime green in there and then we'll dry. Then we'll go in there and shade. Can y'all see the lime green? Well, it's so lime, it's almost yellow. Okay, let me dry. Now, do we want her to have a little bit of bloodshot eyes? I'm wondering. While we're deciding that, let me go ahead with my pen and blacken in her pupils. Okay, because I like the pupils really black. Remember, I have a piece of cardstock behind it, and it's a one-sided page. So if this does go through, it doesn't matter. But be aware when you do this, you want to use a pen or a marker or anything like that. Make sure that you got your back covered. No orange, eyeshadow pink. Yeah, well, I'm wondering if we should do. Well, I don't know if I want to do veins in the eyes. I don't know if I want to go that far, Lindsay. But I'm just wondering if I want a little bit of, instead of like a blue shadow in her eyes, do we want a red shadow in the eyes? I mean, we always end up creeping these girls out more than they probably need to be. All right, now see how I went over the mascara there? Just because a color book is in this case called dark, have black areas, doesn't mean they're pure black. You really, if you want a dark black, you have to not depend on the blackness of the color book. You got to go in there. You got to go in there and add your own. See what a difference that makes. No bloodshot eye. No bloodshot eyes. She needs red in the eyes. Oh, there's my mailman. I'm thinking a little bit of red probably wouldn't hurt. Let's see if I can do it very carefully, because I ain't no going back. Well, we could paint it out if we need to. I'm just going to add just the tiniest bit. Let's see if I can get a tiny bit on my brush. Instead of shadowing with blue, I want to just put a tiny bit of red in there. It's probably better. It would probably be better if I did this with pencil, but because I have more control with the pencil than I do with this. See, I'm going to have to go back in there with the Posca right there. But that's one nice thing about a Posca. You can go back in and fix things. See? What do y'all think? Well, I'm not done with the pupils yet. I have to let them dry, you know, make sure they're dry, guys. Layers, people, layers. All right, now let's dry that. All right, so now I want just a little bit darker green, like maybe, I don't know if that forest green. Let's see if that's, scratch some of that out. It might be too, you might need this green. I'm just trying to pick a darker green. Not turquoise, that's too turquoise. I just need a dark, here, let's go with this dark green here. And I'm not going to go direct to the eye. I'm putting it in the tray. See, I'm putting it in the tray there. And just, I want to shade her pupils just a little. Just put a little on there and then clean the brush off and pull it down very gently. Okay, now, you love her? Oh, okay, good. Thanks, guys. All right, a little touch of a little more red here. Again, I'm going to just kind of layer it up. Then I'm going to go in there with the Posca and get highlights back in there. Okay, a little bit more red in the corner. Like that. And just feather just slightly. She's a little creep one, she is. She's a little creepy. I hope Mr. Klein likes her. He comments all the time when you post. All right, let's dry. All right, now let me get my Posca, do a little extra magic. Okay, so first off, I don't want any line right there. Get rid of that line right there. Feather. Shh, shh, shh. Okay. Okay. See how that brightened her eyes up? Just like makeup. Just like makeup. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back with the dot in her eye. But I always like to add another little side highlight. Just a touch. I think I want to make her eyes almost a little more cat-like. See, like that. Now, let's put a little bit of highlight down on the pupil. Are we getting there? And then when that white dries, I'll add just another little fade of lime green. All right, I'm going to get pencil in there with the red because I want to blend just a little bit more. Oops, sorry guys. So let me dry that Posca real quick. really want to make sure that's dry. Now I want to get in there with the, hang on, let me set Trippy down here just a minute without face planting him. All right, let me get a couple pencils, guys. I got to sharpen those pencils. Hang on. Fantastic. Did you say Calvin Klein is what? No, Bennett Klein. Bennett Klein. Okay, so now I'm going to go in here with the lime and just kind of go over that white just to kind of, I don't want them white, you know. I want them lime green. And then I'll go back in and fix the pupils again too, because they're a little unround now. They're a little jaggedy with all this going on. So I'm going to go in there and okay, now put the cap back on that pin. Hugging Trippy the tripod so I don't knock him over on y'all again. All right, so now I'm going to go in here, like in the eyes. Okay, now I'm going to get in here with the red and just get a little bit more precision. It's very subtle, but you know, it's just easier for me to do the precision with the red pencil rather than the point of a water brush. I can just get more detail, and then I can feather this out, and then I'll get in there with the white pencil. Got to sharpen. Hang on, got to sharpen. She's looking cool. Very feline. All right, so now I'm going to try to get in here with the pencil and just kind of still feather, so it's not a real. So her eyes look like they're, you know, turning. You know, they got, you know, they're bloodshot, but they're not like, you know what I mean. You can tell by feathering that red in. Okay, I need a little bit more. Where's my Posca? This side needs a little bit more white. So let's just go ahead and fix that and tap, tap, tap. Okay. Got to dry that before I put pencil to it. Anything you add that's wet, you got to dry it before you get back in there. She can't come to your house. Good one. Got to get back in there with the... All right, I'm going to get back in there with the green. And then back in with the lime green. Just kind of back and forth until you get exactly what you want. And now let's go with the white. Let's go back with the Posca and get those corners of the eye. Oh, I need some blue on top of that. I needed that to shadow. Okay, so let me go back with my blue in the tray and get right on top of that. Just that subtle little shadow. See that? See the difference right there on top compared to right there where there isn't any? See that little bit there? I think it needs just a touch more, like feather that red into it. So let me dry that. And go in with my red pencil and just feather that in just a tiny bit into the corner. And then touch it with the white pencil. Kind of make it, you know, like it's feathered in, not just a harsh white dot. There we go. Took me a long time to realize about going back and forth with light and dark, to learn how to work over without making a mess. It does take some practice, no kidding. All right, now let's get a little bit more. Where's my Posca? Got an eyelash or something in her eye. Okay. It's a little, not round, here we go. This needs to be blended just a little more with red as soon as that dries. Okay. All right, let's dry that again. And one last little feathery touch. She creepy enough, guys? We got her creepy enough? Well, some people probably already left. Okay, Dede, see you later. Bye. Okay. What do y'all think? She good? All right, now, the last thing I want to do now around her eyes is her bottom lashes. I'm going to add a few extras. I think I'm going to go ahead and add some, make these a little longer here. Go ahead and add a little bit more oomph. Okay. So, I'm looking, I need to, hang on, because I need to look down on her. Like directly down onto her. So I can see the pupils without it being changed with the angle. Okay, there we go. All right. Nice lashes. So there's what we got so far. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and go back in here with a little bit more of the blue while we're at it. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add just a touch more definition to her lips here. Again, guys, I just have more control with the pencil than the marker, than the watercolor. So I can't not do it, I can't not get in there with pencil when I see I can really sharpen something up. Nice oomping. Aw. Oh, okay. Okay, Melody. Yeah, and it's the white pencil. See the white pencil on top, blended out, that made that look real like that. Okay. And we're not done with the face and everything, but it takes some time. All right, let me scratch out some more teal here in my tray. And I'm going to go back and pick up some more. I could go back in here with pencil too. I could go in here with pencil. I'm just trying to use the neo colors as much as possible because that's what y'all wanted to see. But now that this is dry, I can add another layer. See? Okay, back down here. See how another layer adds to it? But we'll keep working on it on different shows. It'll take a while, though, to finish this baby. All right, let me clean my excess blue. Feather that out. It'll take a while to get her all done. The mouth looks good red, yeah. Or should oomph, oomph, oompa, oompa. Dairy. The sharp makes a difference, yes. So I'll show you a couple with the, hang on, let me dry this. Let me see where, I gotta grab a pencil. Hang on, let me set Trippy up so we don't fall over and face plant on you. Okay, don't move, Trippy. Trying to find my darkest teal. Probably this one. Let me sharpen. The darkest pencil teal that I have is probably aquamarine. I'm not sure. But what I want to show you is, for instance, like right in here. See how you can get right in there? And you can just get in there and just get sharp, sharp edges. That it's hard for me anyway to get in there. Whoops, it's breaking. Hang on, I gotta resharpen. It's hard for me to get in there with a brush. That it's just not as tiny with the brush as it is with the pencil. And I probably picked up one of my old pencils that, I don't mean barrel, I mean the old ones that still break. All right, let's see here. Oops. So you can see, you can just get right up in the littlest points. That's really hard to do that with a brush. I mean, you can, and get a tiny, tinier brush. I'm just using my water brush, and it's not that tiny as some brushes, you know. So, yeah. So you can get right up in there and, you know, get those sharp edges and shade. I can anyway. I can get it much easier with a pencil. But I do like the base coats of water. I mean, you know, Neo colors or other things. But it's just, for me, it's quicker to get in there and shade with a pencil. It's just, that's why I like pencil. See how quick you can do that? So there's nothing wrong with doing the Neo color, but for me, I can shade much quicker with a pencil. Better with pencil, yeah. Bought my first Prismacolor set and 2 coloring books, Jasmine Beckett, Griffith, Pop Manga, from Amazon. As a result of watching you stream, Dede, can't wait to get them. Oh, good. Good, Cherub Lulu. Well, we have videos on both. We have videos on both Jasmine's and the Pop Manga. So, you know, we have demos. Okay, so I'm just kind of looking around here. All right, so for instance, right here, if you know you didn't get it quite feathered how you want, you can feather it with your pencil, see? And then I could go back in there and feather it. Now make sure your white's cleaned off from the red on the tip. So you always see me doing this. I'm always cleaning my pencil tip off because I used it on the red lips and it had red on the tip. If I took that now and tried to go over here on her face, then I'd be putting red right there. Okay, so just kind of blend a little there. See, I haven't even started blending right here yet. So anyway, okay, so I think we got pretty much her face started. I mean, I'm going to still do more blending and everything. Her pupils are not round enough for me. Let me get my dark green pencil. Hang on. I want to round her pupils just a tiny, tiny bit. Hang on. When I look at them from far away, like I stand back away from them, they're not round enough for me. So I'm going to go in here with the dark green pencil and just, I could do this with the black pen too, but I'm just not quite happy with the pencil. I mean, the pupils aren't quite round enough for me. There, that's a little better. This one needs a little bit more. There. And then it just needs a touch. I am I'm working with the camera in front of me, so it is a little tricky to get precision with the Trippy and the camera like right in front of me. All right, let me dry that. There we go. That's better. Okay. Will you blend the face with pencil? I'm going to do both, Miss Rose. I'll probably add a little bit more blue, you know, a little bit more blue here, tip it right down there under the nose. But yeah, I really want to keep it kind of light. I want to feather this out to almost white like she is. I want to keep her very pale, right? I mean, I don't want her this dark everywhere. I want her very pale. So, but like here on the sides, you can see where I have a kind of a harsh line. I can get rid of it. I can easier than with paint, because I'm just more proficient in color pencils because that's what I use all the time. So I'm just better at pencils than I am at paint, you know. But I know that people want to see the Neo colors and other things, and I don't mind doing it. Not at all. All right, now let's make sure my just wanted that a little darker above her eyes there. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, we've been at this for an hour and a half. Might decide on some other color in the background. Like I might decide, you know, some colors in here. Do we want her to be more, you know, on the blue side or the purple side, or do we want more green, you know, back in here? Dark green would probably be good. Let me do a couple tests here with the dark green marker. That's blue-gray. Let's see. Let's try this one. So I was going to try to do a little something with the brush tip markers here, like where I know it's going to be, the background color. Let's go up here where you might be able to see it better. You can do the same thing here with the Neo colors. The thing about these real brush, they are a real brush. See how pointy that is? That's pointier than my water brush. You just can't get any pointier than that. And it's probably going to be very subtle on camera. I mean, I don't even know if you can see that green. Kind of that olivey green. But I'm thinking the background would probably be good this color. Now you don't, again, with this color book, you don't want to be going color, 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 because you'll be going right through the paper. Okay, one coat, and then you better dry it before you add more. Because this is real watercolor in here, and it's very pigmented, and it's wet, so you're gonna, got to be careful not to go right through. Not that, I've got a piece of cardstock behind here, Good to see so many things. Will you wait and do this all on stream for us? If you want me to, yeah, I can. It's going to be multi-parts, You know how long it took us to do Oh Dear. So let me just kind of move around here and color in some of the background. I know we go from a lot of times from color book to color book. I try to at least post pictures of the finished ones when we don't actually complete them on a stream. But I also realize that people like to see different color books in, how how we work them, how we attack those color books. And so sometimes that means going from different color books and not finishing. Um, but anytime you see me start a color book page and you're really into it and you want me to, keep working on it, just let me know. Because we can always go back. Or if I've worked on it off camera, I'll be glad to show you how far I've gotten on a page. So you can kind of see the olive green. I'm trying to get the lighting to show that green. So there's with the green, there's without. Well, yeah, you can obviously see the difference. See? So let's just keep going across the top here for a few minutes. Now the thing about using these clear, I never can get it right, clean color real brush markers is they're not cheap. Eileen gifted this set to me of 36, I think. But they're not, you got to really get these babies on sale. They're not cheap. And they're not refillable either. It's real watercolor in a brush. It's not like a marker. It's not like kids' markers. They'll blend, and you can, like I said, you can put them out here on your tray and, blend colors. Just like real watercolors. They are real watercolors. And the brush tips are just so nice and pointy. Whoops, sorry guys, I didn't get that corner in camera. Should we take a vote? I'd love for this to be done on stream. Yeah, I'll keep this one on going on stream, Terry. But do you see how having it on Trippy the tripod, even though I do move around a little bit because I'm not that good at the camera stuff, but I think with on the tripod you just get so much more detail than hanging overhead. No matter how much I zoom in overhead, it's just not as clear, or as you can't just see this detail like you can when I'm on Trippy the tripod. Not that I'm tripping, I'm on Trippy the tripod. Let's make that clear. And if you're watching on YouTube recording and this is not for you, just move on, people. Just move on. Long coloring book videos are not for everybody, where I'm talking to a live chat. I understand that. Going to continue watching this on. Okay, Melody. Well, I'm going to probably wrap it up here shortly. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up shortly. Yeah, they're $3 each. Yeah, that's what Terry said. $3 each. Yeah, they are. I mean, they are worth it. Don't get me wrong. I haven't run out of any yet. Of course, I'm not using them constantly. I use them just special things, or if somebody wants me to demo it, or I just want to get in there with a certain color, or like I'm doing now, this background. I'm just going to keep working all the way around here with the green. When like I said, when I finish a Bennett Klein page, I tear it out of the book. I'll show you the ones I've done here in a minute. I tear them out of the book and put them in sleeves in a binder. I don't leave them in the book. because I find that I enjoy them more when I have them in the binder and I can flip through and see everything. If I have to go from book to book to book to look at my stuff, I don't look at it as much as I do if it's in my color book binder in sleeves, you know? And I know this green is very subtle over the gray, but I don't want the gray to be gray. I want it to be green. So you get all these little tiny areas. So can you see now when I back out the green? Okay, Carrie, thanks. Yeah, I'm going to be done here in a few minutes. Going to email you your squirrel to color, Carrie. So I'm just going in there with the brush. Dede, your happy mail arrived. Everything is so beautiful. Oh, you're welcome, Pepper Kitty. Yeah, Denise and I bundled up 30-something packs of things to mail out, one every week next year. So, oh, sorry guys, let's line that back up. So you can really see the difference here. Same email, Carrie, that you've always had? I'm assuming. As soon as I get done here, that's the first thing I'll do is I'll go email you your squirrel. If y'all missed the first part, worked for a little bit on drawing some pen and ink animals. We did a dog and a squirrel, and then the other day we did an emu. I say we, because if I work on it here and y'all are here, it's like we did it. That's just how I feel. Okay, Carrie, thanks. So almost done with the dark green, I think. I'm sure there's some little spots in between flowers I've missed, but so thanks everybody for being here. Got some Christmas planning things. Like I'm probably not going to post elves and sock monkeys every day in December, but I want to like try to at least do one or two a week. The antics of the mascots in December, which starts tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's the 1st of December. Oh my gosh. Cannot believe that already. I like to post them doing funny things. It just makes me happy. I think it makes other people happy too, just to have some fun. Try to brighten up, holidays as much as we can because I know not everybody, you know, has the happiest of holidays. So we try to do what we can to cheer people up as much as we can so they know that they're part of the fibs, friends in the box. Okay, almost done with this, guys. Trying to look at the other side, what I've colored over there green. Sit Trippy down a little. I'll back up and let you see so far what it looks like. I mean, you get when you I get so many nice emails from people. When I say don't email me, y'all know what I mean. It means like, don't be complaining and griping to me because, just delete it. Um, but I mean, I get a lot of nice emails from people that have gone through a lot of things and sicknesses and all kinds of things. And I don't mind those kind of emails. That's not the kind of emails I don't email me. But I get, I guess you just don't think about our streams and not just mine because they talk about others too. In general, our art streams, all of us that stream, that it means so much to so many people that you don't really realize how much it means to them until they send you a letter like that. And you go, wow, really? And, it just warms your heart to know. You like seeing the little helpers, Vicky? I know, I know. Yeah, I try to make them have fun antics. I have something, well, they have something planned on the next photograph. So I love taking them those to the tree farm. I knew y'all'd get a big charge out of that. If y'all missed it. If y'all don't follow me on Twitter, just look for Dede Willingham or Inkiwell. Inky with an I, Inkiwell, one word. And follow me on Twitter. So there we go. I'm sure I missed some little spots somewhere in there somewhere, but I think we got it pretty well covered for the dark olivey green. Thanks, guys. Fibs are Christmas every day. Yeah, I know, Miss Rose. Miss Rose M. I know. So there we go, guys. I hope y'all kind of enjoyed our fantasy kind of, let me move forward there. At least part one. It's, you can really see well when I get up on with the tripod, I think. So anyway, guys, I'm going to head out. If somebody wants to post streamers or Joycey or anybody else that's coming up, feel free. I always leave links open for you to, uh, anybody that's here can post links to their YouTube, their Ustream, their whatever, your Etsy, doesn't matter. We just don't, if you post porn, you're gone. We don't ever want to see you again. So we don't really have that problem. So anyway, all right, guys. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. And, and yeah, thanks, guys. Good. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Thanks, Terry, and thanks everybody for being here. And hey, B Ghost. Anybody else I might have missed popping in? I see a couple people. Hey, Sherry. And thanks everybody, and we'll see you later.